Hi, so it's Richard and Lee again from Crossaxle, here with another coffee and cars, or coffee and chairs, but an uncomfortable chair. We're here today actually filming with the Suzuki Jimny, as you can see behind me. So yeah, we're out filming that, and we just thought we'd take the opportunity while we've got it to do a bit of a talk, seeing as how it's been about a month since we did the last episode.
We're a bit overdue.
So yeah, this one was a bit of a last minute, so today's topics are a bit all over the place, and yeah, we're just going to cover it quite quickly and then get on to filming what we've come here for. I want to play in that. So, as I mentioned in the last video as well, we've got the car season started.
Yeah, it's just started really, isn't it?
So yeah, I've been to a couple, but this weekend we've got gearheads around.
We have.
Yep. Sorry about the wind noise, if you can hear the wind noise, but yeah, so we've got a couple of car shows to go to this weekend. Don't know when you're going to see this, whether you're going to see it after the car show or before the car show. It depends how quickly I can edit it. Yeah. But there's Car Cafe on Saturday morning, 8 till 10 at Junction 27, and then Gearheads at the Ground at Newark Showground if you're local to the East Midlands. So come down, say hello. Right, so a couple of things I printed off and just wanted to talk about. Porsche.
This is prepared, isn't it?
Porsche plans to crack down on car speculators, so people that bought like the 911R, that are trying to buy it and sell it to make money.
I think this can only be a good thing. I mean, it's just a much more expensive version of ticket touts, because people who've got the capital are buying the cars on release, pre-ordering them, buying them on release, and then selling them for a large profit a week later. And that can't go. It's not. It needs to be enthusiasts buying it. Someone should buy these cars that want. You know, I mean, Ferrari are quite strict on who can buy some of their cars. You've got to have one before. You've got to, be on the list.
But I think it's quite bad though that you buy a car, it just gets put in a garage, and you can't drive it because you can't put the miles on it, and you can't enjoy it for what it's meant for. Like the Porsche 911R was meant as a driver's car. Get out, enjoy it, gear stick.
I think certain cars are worth maybe preserving. Like if you were getting the last 911 off the line ever, that's worth sticking in a store. The last Defender is in a dark room somewhere. Yeah, that's worth it. But most cars are built to be driven. You know, they spend a lot of money and time on research and development to make these cars drivable, to make them comfortable, to make them fun to drive. So buying one, sticking it in a shed, that's no good.
Sorry. We picked the most, the best place to sit. Like the motorway.
So it can only be a good thing for proper Porsche buyers, proper Porsche owners, people that want them for what they are. And people who can't necessarily afford one straight away or whatever. So I think, like ticket touts, it's not an industry I think is good. I'm all for people making money in commerce and things like that, but when a tout for a concert buys 3,000 tickets a day of release and then immediately sticks them on eBay or the reselling sites, that's just not cricket.
But then some things are really crazy, like the first Supra that came off the production line. It sold for something like $2 billion or something. $2 billion. It was like, what the hell is a Supra?
And that's it. But collectors will pay a lot of money. Yeah. But this is, I think, to crack down on those that are cashing in on other people's enthusiasm. So I'm all with Porsche on that one.
And if you noticed, I slipped in another Porsche thing. Anyway, next one is the new Land Rover Defender. I really hope that the same person who did the Discovery hasn't designed it.
Well, it would have been done by the same team, one way or another. It's not. It will be successful because most things Land Rover release are. It won't be the old Defender. The old Defender almost should be a large version of that. That's got that quite agricultural feel about it. The dash is quite ergonomically designed in such a way it's practical, but it's not overly lovey-dovey fancy and things like that.
See,
it's not luxurious. You can still get in that. You wouldn't feel guilty getting in that with muddy boots on.
See, I love the Defender. I think it's a fantastic vehicle. Love the way it looks, love the way, everything about it. Like, well, you've got one. If they just move the seat over a foot so I don't bang my elbow. But apart from that, I love the car.
See, on my one, before it went off for its long-term work, I had moved the seat back and up a bit, which made it a bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
But the trouble is, if you move them over a bit, the pedal box is in the wrong place.
Yeah, the steering wheel's still over there. Yeah.
You've got to move everything else. And
you just have to get a small steering wheel.
Defenders are an acquired driving position.
Yeah.
But once you've got it, you're fine. It just takes a couple of hours sometimes.
You just get one of those suntans because your arms out the window.
That's it, yeah. Summertime, you're permanently window open. But, it's coming out, it's been demanded, it's due out next year, 2020. What's it going to be like? Well, there's test versions driving around Gaydon and the areas surrounding Gaydon all the time. They've been tested all over the world, from what I can understand. All we can do is hope that it's what we want it to be.
But then I suppose we've got to think about it in another way. It's like it's probably not appealing to us. It's probably appealing to like the new generation, trying to get them into the brand and stuff.
I don't think it's going to be destined for the military anymore, because the military now have specific vehicles, whereas before they used to have Land Rovers which they'd adapt for various things, whereas now they have specific vehicles for troops, for movements, for all sorts of things. So I think that utility side of it will have changed a lot, but I'm still looking forward to seeing it when it comes out.
Cool. Next one is Ford Puma. They're thinking about, they're actually releasing a new one, but it's a crossover SUV. There's no actual pictures, but
I think this is going to be Ford's version of a Nissan Duke.
Do you?
You think about the style and shape of the Puma. I think it's going to be Ford's version of a Duke, which is a crossover, small crossover SUV.
They seem to be so popular, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't a fan of the old Puma. I just thought it didn't have a place. It obviously had a market because people bought one. Even my aunt's got one. But I was never a huge fan. But I'll be interested to see what comes out. As long as it looks better than the Duke, we're supported.
So, Volvo are to install cameras to watch over drivers.
Yes. Now you can look at this one way or another. You can think Volvo, who are one of the safest car manufacturers in the world, who do like to stand by their mantra that no one will ever be seriously injured in a Volvo. Now you could look at it saying, yes, it's extra safety. When our cars are driving autonomously or semi-autonomously, they're making sure you don't fall asleep. They're looking for your activity. Yeah. Or you could say that there's going to be some catch in the future that in the event of an accident, the camera feed will get shown, and if you're on your phone or eating a cheeseburger as you're driving along, you're going to have an issue.
Yeah, insurance won't pay.
Yeah, that's it. And you might even find, if it becomes a standard fitting cars, that your insurance will say, well, the cameras must be functioning or something like that. Yeah. I don't know.
If it was a 360, so it was outside and inside, I could understand for like insurance and for, if there's an accident and stuff, because a lot of people do that footage and stuff now. But to watch the driver,
I mean, I think I'm hoping it's purely an alert thing.
Yeah.
But it's going to lead to insurance to saying to Volvo, oh, we want the camera footage, and that's fine. But obviously, if you're not doing anything you shouldn't be doing whilst driving, you won't have a problem anyway.
Speaking of Volvo, the new electric XC40. I think that's quite a good looking car.
I think it's quite a very nice looking car.
I don't know about the electricity side of it for myself, but it's not there yet, I don't think.
The electricity, as with all electric vehicles, all comes down to the range and the power output. Power output and torque, electric motors are there. They lead the way. You can get more out of an electric motor than you can any petrol or diesel derivative. It's the batteries, but Tesla have got quite a good range. If Volvo's technology is along similar lines, then it could be a very impressive car. It's a slightly smaller version of the XC40, XC40 really, in style and look. It looks like a really nice SUV.
I think that's probably one of the best looking crossover SUVs.
Definitely. We did close the road, but people objected. It's a nice looking car. Hopefully you can pop up a screenshot about there. But it's a nice looking car, as long as the battery technology is there and the charging technology, because obviously
if you're going on a run,
it's all very well having batteries that will get you 400 miles, but if they take 16 hours to charge, it's not going to be a lot of good when you get there. So, fingers crossed that lands somewhere good.
But saying that, we're not too bad in this country, because it doesn't really take that long to get to the one end from the other. If you were trying to cover the states in it, it'd take you a week.
It depends on the country, in Scandinavia, in Sweden, it's home country. It's a fairly small country, so city to city, town to town. There's probably not a lot of mileage. And I think with electric cars, as long as they've got a good range of 200 miles plus, that's going to be sufficient for most people. Because even if you're going on holiday in the UK, it's not often you're going further than a couple of hundred miles. So, we'll see what comes out.
So this one's a bit of a curveball, and I guess it kind of almost came from. Well, obviously this didn't come from it, but my reasoning for picking this was because of at the Geneva Motor Show, Bugatti unveiled the one-off car, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it.
Nor am I.
But it was like something stupid, like $11 million or something. But anyway, the new one, the P80 by Ferrari, I'll put a picture on. They're making a massive hype about it. It's a one-off. It's only for track use. You can't use it on the road. But Ferrari are pushing it as like, look at what we can do, and I guess if you've got the money to lay down on something like that, it's nice to have something that's going to be totally unique. But it's a customer car and it's a one-off and whatever. I don't know why they're making such a big thing about it.
I think because it's showing what they can do.
Yeah.
I think it is simple as that. And I mean, styling-wise, I think it looks lovely. To me, it's very similar to a Pantera. It's probably not if you line them up side by side, but it's got that shape, I think. Obviously, it's a bit quicker than a Pantera, wasn't it? It doesn't run on a Ford engine. But it'd be interesting to see, if Ferrari do more of these things. Because for them to build a one-off car, we're probably never going to find out the price. I would think that's going to be very
And apart from
controlled.
Videos on YouTube and pictures on Instagram and stuff, I don't think we're ever going to see it unless you go somewhere specifically or it's on display somewhere. This is probably just going to be some collector's toy that's in another garage.
More than likely. But for them to have...
I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's because, we're just getting into the sports car, supercar kind of thing, and for me, that's something that I'm never going to be able to afford in my lifetime. But I just don't understand the principle of something that is designed to be used and designed whatever, but you don't use it, or you can only use it on a track, or I guess it's down to, if you had the money to throw away, then it probably wouldn't be something I'd think about.
No.
But
one of medium Coke. I mean, it's like the Aston Martin track car and a few of these other things.
The Valkyrie.
Yeah.
But didn't they produce a few of those then?
Yeah, there's a few of them. So there's more than just the one.
And we've seen people like from the Drive. What's his name? He was in the BCEA mono the other day.
Oh yeah.
Henry Catchpole.
Yeah,
that's it.
Catchpole.
He was driving the Valkyrie.
Yeah.
And that's cool, but unless someone like Chris Harris gets to bash that around the track, it's not going to really do anything for him.
No. I mean, it would be interesting to see if they do let anyone have a close look. But it's interesting to see that, Ferrari are willing to do a one-off. Probably for someone with a bit more money in their bank account than you and I, combined, times 100. if you've got if you've got no traffic, it's much easier.
We're famous.
If you've got
Or
cash, if you've got couple of hundred, a billion in the bank, and you like a particular brand of car, and they say, oh, we can build you a track car, so you can just go hire a private track for a day, have a blast round, we'll come out and support it, and then we'll take the car away and service it and car. And maybe that's it's the equivalent of you or I having a remote control car and going racing with it. It's good fun.
But apparently the owner actually had quite a lot of input into the design and all that sort of stuff. So I suppose if you're that kind of like well off that you can afford to do that, then
I think
suppose
that's
it's a bit of a like show off thing. I think that's what supercars are. It's like a bit of a to the neighbours like
it's very much why would you do that? Because you can.
Thanks again. And you're on your phone, mate. Nice one.
See.
Seriously. I know it's a back road, but that's ridiculous.
Well, that's the worst place to be on your phone around these days.
Yeah.
At least if he's going down a dual carriageway, at least you've got half a chance of seeing what's coming.
But anyway, thanks for watching another episode of Coffee and
Cars and Traffic. Coffee, cars, chairs and traffic.
As I say, hopefully I'll get it edited and up before the car shows this weekend, because we'll have some stuff to edit from those.
Yep.
But thanks for watching again.
We'll see you next time.
And if you have any suggestions on other content, that'd be great. And it'd be also great to get other people involved. So,
Thank you. See you again.
We'll go and play with this Suzuki now.
Off to the fun part.
And you're not getting it back. At least this one carries.